to watch him still teach, I look at his class and I go, I know you don't know it right now, but you are so lucky. And I said, you won't get it until you're a freshman in college to look back and see how much his class prepared you. And of course, everybody's class here prepares you for that. That's the whole point. But his class in particular, everybody's like, oh, he's so hard, he's so difficult, he's so mean, he's so, you know, but that's what it's going to be like. And it's like you look back and you're like, thank God he was like that. I get it now. I didn't get it then. I was young and I'm thinking, and now I get it. And to go back and to see, he doesn't change it. You know, he's still delivering the information. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He's not a marshmallow in any way. He is tough, and I'm so grateful for that. And I just love to watch him. He sits back. His mannerisms are all the same. And he gave me a book. And we talked about Malcolm X, and he said, oh, well, it's an optional reading now. And he said, but I got a book for you if you want a book. And he gave me a book out of his collection and said, you should read this. And I read it, because of course I wouldn't dare not. I mean, Mr. Moore gave it to you, so I was like, I better read it. I read it, and I was like, it's got all his little notes in it, and his underlines, and his markings, and his margin. And I read it on the plane home, and I finished reading it, and I brought it back to him today so I can go back and be like, the fact that he's still teaching, like I'm out of class 25 years, and he still wants to give you this knowledge, and he still wants to engage you, say, have you read this, have you seen this, have you done this, and I love that. I think that's fantastic. Came to my wedding, came to both of my parents' funerals, he goes, you know, to many class reunions, I'm sure, as he can, but he's, it's not, you don't stop being his student once you leave once you graduate. There's like no chance of that. And then that whole thing starts where it's like, well, you can't call me Mr. Moore anymore, you gotta call me Brad. And I'm like, yeah, right, like that's ever gonna happen. Like I'm ever gonna be old enough to call you Brad. I don't think I can do that. I'm like, no, Mr. Moore, it's gonna be Mr. Moore. I'll be like 90 and I'll be like, no, Mr. Moore, can't call you Brad. It's like, when do you make that transition that you call your teachers by their first names? I don't know, not gonna happen.